Hello and welcome. Let's see. We have Miss Susan. We have Apple. Let's see. Kindness works. Welcome. I do too. Let's see. Drunk Kelly. Yeah, I had to grab my coffee. Thank you. My mayor. Let's see. Welcome that Arsenal guy. Me too. Let's see. Hello, sweet April. Hello, Daniel. Hello, the artsy nurse, honey. Did I get you all? I think I didn't. Let's see. Apple put out. Okay, you did put out those. Let's see. I think you did put out the numbers. You did. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Harmony. Hello, Nano. Welcome. Did I get everybody? I think I did. Okay. So as you notice, I had shown Iris's picture before, and they have upgraded it to an Amber Alert. I know that she is out of, she does live out of actually California. Her mother has moved here. Resides are here because I was trying to piece all this together, and I worked on a little bit of that late into the night last night when I shouldn't have been doing that. I should have been sleeping. Hello, sweet Bella Marie. Hello. So what I wanted to do was play what y'all didn't get to hear, and that was the last interview that was done by the parents. And I shouldn't even say parents, it's the stepfather and the mother, where they're not showing their actual face, they're only showing their hands. So that's all they're showing. And I know there's been just talk and discrepancy about also people saying that they have footage of him being seen at stores. Police have not confirmed that there's any footage. All we have is a receipt. If I need to take a picture of this half receipt, I'll show it to you. Because there's no footage. They have not shown any footage. They've not confirmed any footage. As well as this. They actually had stated that they were at Costco's on, initially it was Sunday. There was never a mention of BJ's on a Saturday. Then it turned out they were at Costco's on a Saturday, and now we're at BJ's on Sunday. And I'm like, where the heck do y'all get BJ's? When did BJ's come into play? We never heard about BJ's. And you know why we're at these places, guys? We go there because he likes to take and eat the samples. Gotcha. Hello, my sweet nurse Jen. They had told the police department that they actually were their spokespeople. They were their spokespersons. If anybody wanted to speak to them, they had to speak to the police. That's what they actually had said, which is insane. And I don't even want to talk about the other, because I don't even want to even bring up that other thing at all. I won't bring up anything I've heard anywhere else unless it's on the news. I'm sticking firmly to that. Firmly. For my own reasons. Uh, yeah. I will also say that they had an interview set up with Nick Barris and didn't answer the door. And that's the news anchor, Nick Barris. And they went along with another interview with a new person that's not even seasoned. Wonder why. Just saying. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. Hello, Sweet Cree. Hello, hello, hello. So we're going to listen to this. I don't even know if is it worthy? A little bit, somewhat. Yeah, a little bit, somewhat. Does it show anything, really? To me, it's going to show the hands. Nothing spectacular came to mind out of this, really. Nothing. All right, so we're going to start with the full interview.
Katie Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, Proudfoot.
Chris, Chris, last name's Proudfoot.
This is the beginning. We're going to start with Sebastian first.
So, first, just as parents, tell me what the last now over a week has been like for you two. Horrible beyond words. This was an experience that I would have never dreamed would come. Honestly, I can't put words to how hard this has been and how much it hurts not knowing where my son is, where he's at, if he's okay. Just horrible is the best thing I can say. What about for you?
It's rough. We were on day 11, no answers. And the horrible things that people say just keep rolling in, regardless of taking time to consider the facts and, assumptions is what they're going off of. But, for us, we sit here and we wait. We wait and we wait, and hopefully we'll get an answer, or hopefully he walks through our door, which would be amazing.
I was going to say, how badly do you both want Sebastian to just walk through that front door to get that call? I'd give anything. In a heartbeat, I would give anything.
It's not measurable. Let's put it that way. There's no measurable. Anybody says all it is. You've never sat in these shoes. You've never been in this situation. And I don't ever wish for people to be in this situation.
And what's Sebastian like? What's his personality like? What does he love to do? He, for the most part, is happy. He likes to laugh and joke and tell you all about everything and then some. He loves games. He loves video games. He loves to play with his Legos. Even building things with me. We build little projects here and there, but he's always a character. Are there any weird tendencies that he has that might be able to help people find him in this search? I don't know how helpful to finding him, but he fidgets constantly. He loves shiny pennies, paper clips. He's always whenever we go to the grocery store, he always looks on the ground and looks under the register counter, and he's always looking for shiny pennies everywhere. Paper clips. He loves to bend them out of shape and play with them, fidget with them. He loves playgrounds. I mean, we've said it before, he likes fishing and things like that, but
Cats. Boy loves cats.
he does. He loves cats. It's his favorite animal. I don't know. He's a good kid.
There are no leads, nothing caught on video. Your son has been missing for 11 days now. How does that make you feel as parents?
I mean, I don't have words to describe how I'm feeling right now. I mean, every day is harder than the last. I mean, we're out, we're looking, we're trying to make sure that everyone stays looking and doesn't let his face fall to the bottom of a feed or get covered by some other nonsense. I mean, we just want our boy home.
When you walked in Monday morning and didn't see Sebastian in his room, what was your gut reaction?
My very first reaction was, oh, he got up and got breakfast. But when I realized he actually wasn't in the house, I've never experienced sheer panic in the way that I did.
Listen to who she called.
And basically for every minute since that, not knowing where your child is a pain that I've never known pain like this before.
And walk me through the events that happened, from Sunday leading up to Monday when you didn't see him that morning.
There she goes.
Sunday, we were out and about. We had a really good day. We were out doing our thing, running around. We had dinner that evening. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening together as well. He was playing.
No mention of any.
Right up until bedtime,
stories, right?
and then some. I let him stay up a little late. And when I told him to go to bed, he's like, I love you, Mom. I love you, puppies. And he went to bed. And
he went to bed.
I went to bed around midnight.
She didn't put him to bed.
Everything seemed fine. And when I went to wake him up
put
for school,
to bed.
that's when I couldn't find him. He
She's
was
always
in his room,
stated she put him to
and he
bed at
wasn't in
midnight.
the house.
She was already abed at 10.
And that's when I panicked.
And when you panicked, what did you do?
First thing I did was call my husband. And
Called your husband.
I said, he's not here. My husband said, what do you mean he's not here? I said, he's not in the house. And he said, immediately just started, did you check here? Did you check there? Did you look here?
She didn't call
And
911.
I
She
ran
called
through
her
the
husband.
house. And at that point, I was hysterical, for lack of a word.
Last time she didn't call. She called her husband, right? She put him to bed last time herself at midnight. This time she didn't.
I'm within minutes they were here.
And they
I couldn't
called
tell you exactly
911
how long.
together
I know it was
this time.
fast.
Hello, Freeside.
And we haven't found him.
When I got the phone call that he was missing, like she said, we asked questions like, where's he at? Check this, check that. And then we called the sheriff's
wasn't
department.
there.
I called the sheriff's department. I stayed on the phone pretty much most of the time. Then while I was at work, I asked for a relief. got a relief, got in my truck from Memphis, and made my way to Nashville.
And that was, I guess, Monday?
The morning that he was missing, yes.
Okay. And so what was your reaction when you got that call from your wife that Sebastian was missing?
Initially, I was like, oh, he's goofing around again. Here we go. He's like hiding. And then when we talked about the places to check and he's not there, I was like, okay, stop. Instantly.
Exactly.
Call the
Thank
police.
you, Wind Whispers.
Instantly. I'm a black and white kind of guy.
And to your knowledge, he didn't take shoes with him, right? He locked the door on his way out. Or I guess, what are some of the things that you think he did as he left?
Close attention.
We checked for all of his shoes, and none of them are missing. The door was locked.
And was there some discrepancy as to what he was wearing when he went to bed, or what was he last seen wearing? What was he wearing to bed that night?
When he went to bed, he was wearing black sweatpants with white stripes down the side. And he had on a black long sleeve black shirt with a print on the front. I'm pretty sure it was one of his
like Star Wars or Halloween or
He wasn't there.
or even Minecraft.
yeah.
Those are the three main
That's
things.
the three things that
He wasn't
majority is
there.
on his clothes.
Yeah.
And they're laughing.
Boy, he has his flavors.
And obviously you guys are going through the unimaginable, and then, you know, getting a lot of like the kickback that you've seen on social media. I mean, how much worse has that made it for you two to go through something like this?
Hello, my
Honestly, we stopped looking at it. There's a lot of terrible people in this world, and
Hello, William. Welcome, welcome.
I don't want to waste energy on any of that. I want the focus on finding our son.
No, not y'all.
The facts are the facts. I mean, the police know the facts, and all
Police have not
all I
cleared you.
ask of anyone is, if they're able and willing, is to help find him, help spread his flyer, help look for him, call in if you know anything or see anything. But we just ask that people focus on finding Sebastian.
I have.
And he's never done anything like that before, right? Just kind of walked out of the house.
He's not a runner.
But you said he was.
This is not normal for him
But you said
to
he
run
was.
away. He's not a runner.
But you said he was in the beginning.
And any places, I guess, I know you guys have been told to stay in the house, right? Just in case he comes home.
We are doing what we've been asked to do by the law enforcement agencies and everybody involved. I am not going to divulge anything more than that.
But what I'm trying to ask, I guess, next is, if you were to go out and search right now, if people want to help search, what types of places would you guys look at that he could maybe be at?
Anywhere and everywhere. At this point,
It's been 11 days. He could be anywhere.
they've searched the
almost 2
woods, they've
weeks now.
searched parks, they've searched creeks, they've searched, at this point, anything and everything. Just
Anywhere that he
please
could
search.
be staying out of the weather or getting food, or, I mean, honestly, at this point, he could genuinely be anywhere.
How hopeful are you two that he will come home?
Listen.
I will never give up hope on finding my child.
Optimism is at its highest, regardless.
Our son is out there. We're going to find him.
And now just, I mean, publicly, like, obviously police are now investigating a landfill. People are speaking out about that. What are your thoughts about that?
Everybody has an opinion and their assumptions, and they are entitled to those. But as I've stated before,
Deflection.
all we've asked people to do is to look at the facts, not what everybody's putting out there. If they have questions, call the law enforcement agencies, and they'll give you whatever they can give you. But the assumptions are just that. They are an assumption.
That's
your
a fact.
opinions.
That's a fact.
We pray for everybody. For hopefully this never happens to you. And if it ever does, then you'll understand. But I pray it doesn't.
And they're doing their job. They're looking everywhere they can their goal is the same. We just want to find him.
If you could say something to Sebastian, if he's listening right now, what would you say to him?
Listen to this.
I would say that we love you and we miss you and we want you to come home. And just know that we all care about you so much.
You're not in trouble.
You're not
that door's unlocked and waiting for you to come home.
You're not in trouble. You're not
your
in
puppies
trouble.
miss you. Your family misses you. I miss you. Just come home.
Anything else that you two want to add or clear up or anything like that?
Okay, just help us find our son.
You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. Can I ask you a question? Why the hell would he be in trouble? Why would you keep saying this every time you go on any platform that you've hit? Why would you say you're not in trouble? You're not in trouble. Why would he be in trouble? What did he do? What would he do? What would he have done to be in trouble? Here's facts. Y'all are the last ones that seen that child, regardless. Those are facts. Those are facts. Those are facts. You can't change those facts. You're telling a child they're not in trouble. You have deflected a question that was asked. You were asked a question. What would you say? Contact the local sheriff's department. For what? You can answer these questions. You also said you were getting records sealed, and you also said that you initiated those court papers. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're the respondent. She is the plaintiff. That's an active RO. That is an active RO stipulating that you cannot even see your own child. Why? That's a fact. You can't skirt around facts, and I can say that's a fact. You said your child's not a runner. Then why was it stated he was a runner and known to play hide and go seek and do this in the beginning? I don't think a lot of us would have been out there playing Eye of the Tiger and it'd be cold. She's not the one saying that he's not in trouble. She's not the one saying it. He's the one saying it. He's the one that continues to say, you're not in trouble. She keeps saying the door was locked. But did y'all also hear? Did y'all hear the dogs barking in the background? The puppies that he loves, his puppies. Those are his puppies in the background that are barking. Why didn't they bark when he went out that door barefooted to check the trash can with his flashlight on the night he went missing? On the night he went missing without his shoes out in the cold, the night that she put him to bed at midnight when she fell asleep at 10 o'clock. Why didn't those dogs bark then? The puppies. Because they were barking. I've heard them bark several times. I don't overlook those things. So why weren't the puppies barking at that time? Why is Mr. I assert myself every damn time I open my mouth and shove my foot in it? Why didn't he tell her to make sure he was in bed. See, William's mama would be looking for him. There you go. And most kids need more than 6 hours of sleep. Don't they? But she went to sleep at 10, but she put him to bed at midnight. She fell asleep on the couch. Wouldn't she have heard him leaving? Hello, Red Wings. Wouldn't she have heard him leaving? Yes or no? Or is it just me? Am I the lost one here? I was out there playing Eye of the Tiger in the damn cold. Am I crazy here? I really was. Well, and if you work for Brinks Home Security, you're going to have a free, you know what? Let's just do this real quick. Let's put the damn house up there. Why don't we just put the house up there? It's not against the law to do that. Let's just put the house up there. Hold on. Let's just put the house up there and get that out of the way real fast. Hold on. Because you would think with a home, I think of that size, wouldn't you think that, but did y'all hear those dogs? I've heard those dogs bark each time. If you work for Brinks and you living in a $600,000+ home and you work for Brinks Home Security, you get a free home security system for one. And it was cold. It was cold. But I was out there playing that music and riding around looking for this kid, recording. Looking crazy, I think. But I'm just saying. Let me pull this down. I'm going to pull this house up. I'm telling you, she worked for Brinks, number one. But if you have a house that's worth that, and when that house sold, right, when it was on the market, that house had ADT and an ADT system already on it. I don't understand when it was on the market, why didn't they keep that same security system? Around that time right there, that time it was down into the 30s and it was getting colder. They were calling for snow. At that point, it was raining. So I'm just wondering if I'm the nut or what. But it was cold. I mean, I can't make that up. It was cold. I want to get this put up there. Hold on. And then they did that 3-way phone call this time. And I meant to let y'all know that. This time there was a 3-way phone call. This was a 3-way phone call. The other times, this was not a 3-way phone call. So to me, a lot of that just makes no sense as to why we're doing all these different phone calls. I can't make sense of a lot of this stuff, but I'm going to show you this home. And I'm going to show you the side part too. Now there's trees. Let's send it to my... Let me just continue. Hello, Mugsy. Welcome, welcome. And I think anybody that's paying that kind of money for a home. Now, some of those homes, we're at the, tomorrow we will be at the legal, we'll be at the 2 weeks. We will be at the 2 weeks. As of tomorrow, 2 weeks. We're not any, and we've got nowhere. They're going to have a vigil, candlelight vigil. Let me grab this picture real quick. And there's no evidence. There's nothing. Nothing. Now, let me get the image of the home. And then I'll go, if I need to grab more, I'll grab the rest of them. Put it over here. Hello, Sam. I'll get the rest of them. But this home, and I've got video footage of the whole neighborhood that I can put all in my memberships. I've got some already posted in my memberships, but I'll keep posting stuff in my memberships. I don't care. And y'all will see every bit of the ride that I did. No. And I don't think that we're going to get the news that, it won't be the news that I would like for us to get. I don't think. But here is, and you're going to see that there were garage, a 3-car garage on the side part of the home right there. And this is not some small little bitty home at all. That is not a small home, period. That home is right at 4,000 square foot and only 3 people reside in it. 3. Just, there's only for 3. Three people. Now you can't tell me that this is like, no. I don't think he hopped in the car of a train. No, he'd have to get to a train. And I promise tonight I will continue to download into membership where you all will see the drive. That way everybody will be able to see the drive that I did. And it'll show you every bit of everything that I did do to show every part of this. Not to show their privacy or anything like that, but some of these homes are they start in the 600 range and go up. These aren't some little small homes. These aren't at all. Oh, Kels, thank you. And I don't know who won those. And whoever did win them, welcome to memberships. Thank you. Welcome to membership. Thank you. I appreciate you, Kels. Thank you very much. And welcome back, Gypsy. I appreciate you, Kels. Thank you very much. I want to pull up little Iris's story and we'll get back to this. But thank you, Kels. I really do appreciate that. And I really do appreciate you. Everybody that does help support this channel, I do appreciate it. And following me on this path that I've headed down. And I want to let y'all know, on the 15th, I will be at, I'll be at the 13th District. I'll be there on the square there at the courthouse with the other parents. It's their yearly thing that they do. It's an anniversary. And I'll be there to stand with those parents. And I plan on going live from there. I'm not scared. I'm a little nervous, but I'm not scared. I don't, as long as they don't say anything bad, then I'm good with that. Thank you, Virgie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate you and everything you do to support this channel. Keep it going. And welcome to the people that won the memberships. Welcome to membership. Y'all get to go back there and see all the good stuff. Congratulations. Congratulations. When I'm gonna get that all downloaded, and y'all are gonna see, I'm honest, all the stuff. And some people have been on these calls with me because I didn't go alone. I was not alone on some of these rides. I wasn't. And I'm glad and I'm thankful that I wasn't alone on some of those. I'm very good. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that I wasn't alone, because sometimes it can get a little scary when you're on back streets and stuff like that on these roads and you're looking. And it did keep me company, but they got to go on the ride with me. He has a stepsister. That's where this little girl comes into play. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank all of y'all. Welcome back, Caitlin. That's where this comes into play right here. That's where all of that comes into play. And I promise you, Nurse Jen, I will be reading all of this out. I will read all of this out. I've got something I've got to pull, and I've got to ask them for this. It's a part in this I need to ask for. Because it looks like there was something that happened and that orchestrated the actual RO, if that makes sense. And that's how she was able to get that restraining order. So yes, there's pages of this stuff. That's not just one. Okay, I'll look at that when I get off here. I will look at that. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Virgie. Thank you, Nurse Jen. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Kels. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I do. Y'all keep it going. And thank you to the ones that are now members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yes, I want to actually get that pulled, because he tried to say that he had this sealed. No, you didn't. You did not get this sealed. And you're the respondent, not the petitioner. Respondent. There's a difference, buddy. You better learn what you're doing. You're the responder. And it's awful odd on the time and the parts where this happened with him, and that is meaning Sebastian. Your attorney had recused himself from this, and that sets another tone for this, in my opinion. Not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying I have the right to say that. And I do. I have that right. You can't say I don't, because I do. But no, that's his half sibling. Where, if you remember in the beginning, they said he did not have a half or any type of sibling. Yes, he does. He has a step sibling. And somebody had asked if he had a step or a half brother. He has a step sister. Her name starts with an F. And thank y'all again. Thank y'all again. Let's see where we at here. Let's see what we got here. Yes, she is. Welcome back, Harmony. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Virgie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And And thank you, Carrie. And welcome, Carrie, my sister Carrie. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Thank y'all. Thank all of y'all. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, those are the numbers for Sebastian there. Now, we're going to go over into Iris's for a minute here and talk about that stuff there. With hers, I showed her a picture, and they had initially said that it was an endangered child because she was with her mother. So with that right there, I'm going to show y'all. Okay, let me grab that. They had said endangered. I'm going to get this pulled down here. Okay, now this is Iris, and that is her mother. Now, I had to do a little kind of research on this here. Now, Iris lives with her father in California. The mother, she is remarried. I think now she's married. She has been married. Let me think. It looks to me, I want to say twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. And it seemed like there was like a pickup situation going on. And when the father went to meet the mother, she was not there. So when they put the alert out, it was an endangered child. And now they've upped it to now an Amber Alert. So her new husband, who she has, it looks like a 2-year-old. And what I've come to find out, she's also pregnant again. It looks to be, she's around 15 weeks pregnant. From what I found, she's 15 weeks pregnant. And it's with her and her new husband. They live in Murfreesboro. They own a photography company. Found that much out through research. And the birth father was on his way here from California. So we're going to play what they got from him in California as before he headed this way. Because this was like a puzzle I was trying to piece together. But she's a beautiful little girl, and I do have more pictures of her that I did grab. Let me grab some more. She is beautiful. Here's a collage that was put out. Let me grab that. This little girl is just beautiful. And I think that she has been in his custody since around a year old, from what I could put together, a year old. And so they're operating this out of Rutherford County, and that's about an hour and about a half from me, considering they're in the Murfreesboro area. And that would be Rutherford County. Do I think that they're there right now? I don't think so. I think that any smart person, and I would not stay. They would be gone. Opinion only. I don't think that she just got here and they left that way. No. So we're going to go to the news part of this and play what he had to say. Hello, Margene. In your crazy days, the queen. Because I could not imagine But I wish they would have just went ahead and just issued this as it was, and that's an Amber Alert. Let me pull this going here. I'm going to play all news stations, and I'll give them their credit. That's what I'm waiting to find out all of that information, because I'm like, well, are they all missing? Is everybody missing? I need to know. I had to do my own research. Listen, I had to do everything myself. Gypsy, I was having to do everything myself. I was digging for everything. I was like, I can't go to sleep until I find out all about this little girl, because at first I was like, and don't fault me for this, but I was like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, this mother's getting her out of a situation that maybe saving this little girl from something that is bad. And then I thought, maybe I'm wrong. Because I don't know. We don't know what we don't know if we're not given the information. So I thought, let me keep an eye on this. And then I started digging through everything, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I was wrong. Because they went ahead and they freaking alerted it as and made it an Amber Alert. And now here he's headed here. And thank you, Sam Marks, very much. I appreciate that. I'm doing, in my opinion, this is what I'm here for. This is my thing. Well, I just think that this is what I don't know. I just think this is, I know this is not what most people like. It's not drama, but it's not, I don't want drama. I don't want drama. I'd rather not have the drama and have less people that want to be here for the real stuff than have drama. And I can still laugh, and I can still cut up with the best of them. I can, but I can still have fun and be real. Everybody can. But when it's something that's important and it's near you and your soul and you feel it, you got to do it. And some people may think I stink. I'm okay with that. If it gets still the message out there, I'm still okay with that. As long as people actually, I'm okay with that. As long as it still gets that message out there, I'm still okay with that. It's not drama. But you know what? Doesn't mean we can't laugh and have a good time. I could still laugh at the best of it. But this is what I came here to do anyways. That's why I said on the 15th, I'll be with the 13th district. I'll be out there with them on that square because they lost their kids. And I came here to help them get justice for their kids and do this at the same time. Not fight with everybody. That's what I'm here for. So I'm going to share my screen and close my mouth. That's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Alert for Iris Crum. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tracy Cornett.
And I'm Marius Payton. Iris Crum is the 7-year-old girl out of Rutherford County who has been missing for nearly a week now. We know Crum's father flew to Murfreesboro from California after he won custody of Iris.
Police were supposed to reunite the pair last week, but they couldn't find her. Our Sharon Danquah joins us live here in studio tonight. Why this sudden change in alerts here, Sharon?
Well, Marius, Tracy, the TBI said based on additional information developed during the search for Iris and growing concern about her well-being, an Amber Alert is now being issued on behalf of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. We know her mother is wanted in Rutherford County for custodial interference. And we also just learned that the San Diego County Sheriff's Office in California issued a warrant for her arrest on felony child abduction charges today. For the first week only, an endangered child alert had been issued for Iris. The TBI said an Amber Alert is issued when a child is in imminent danger or injury of death. I spoke with Iris's father, Anthony Crum, just moments ago. He says TBI officials tell him they have reason to believe Iris or may be in danger. So I asked him if he himself believes his daughter is in danger.
Part of me does, yes, because I don't know where she's at. You know, there's been reason to believe that she might be back in California with her mom or with her stepbrother. You know, I don't know.
Now, we've reached out to TBI officials asking what exactly has pushed them to raise Iris's endangered child alert to an Amber Alert.
She
but we haven't
did.
heard
She
back.
went off with her
TBI is
April.
asking anyone with information about Iris or her mother to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
There's that one. Yeah, she did. She ran off with her. He's had her since she was a year old. He's had her and has been raising her since she was a year old. I did find that information. So he's been raising this little girl. I know she has an older brother. I know she has around a 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old little sister, and her mother is pregnant again. Now, her mother has married again, and they have another baby on the way, and the mother is 15 weeks pregnant. I don't want to say that the mom's bad. I mean, she is in a state right now. How can I say that? Here, right now, where she's at in Tennessee, she's going to be more apt now here to reunite a family with the mother than it is with the father. That is the one thing I will say. Most of the time, they're going to do that. So if that's what happened, I'm not saying that is what happened. I don't know that to be true. If that's why she did bring her here. If she did bring her here. But they put the alert out for here. Now let me find. Because he did speak on another station. I want to find that station and I'll give it credit as well. I'm looking for that one that I did have. I had one that he spoke on, and I'm like, daggone it, I need to find that one that he spoke on. That kind of scared me just a little bit. It might be this one. Hold on, we're going to find out. See, Kat, that's initially why I was like, you know what? I'm not saying anything bad yet. I'm just going to say, you know what? Maybe he's saving her life, or maybe she's saving her life. So I don't want to say anything because what if something bad's going on? I don't know. But then I was like, you know what? It's only endangered. So I'm going to show it, right? That's what I did. Hello, sweet Missy. And hello, sweet Chantel. And that's what I did. And I did do that. I thought I'm doing my due diligence. But then you know what? I had to think about it. And I said, you know what? Not all men are bad. Because not all mothers are good. I'm thinking for myself. I'm thinking about myself and how I would do it. So not all moms are good. So I don't know. So I had to think of it like that right there. You little gamer, I see you. So let's do that. We're going to do News Channel 5 on this one. Hello, my sweet Stacy Advocato. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right there, Missy. You said it. That's what I mean. Right there. So I can't say that. I can't look at it. I got to look outside the box.
Pleading for answers in what seems like a custody battle gone wrong. An endangered child alert is now out in Rutherford County. It remains active. 7-year-old Iris Crum was supposed to be picked up by her dad, but when he went there, she was gone. He tells our Kelsey Gibbs he just wants his daughter home.
She will act shy at first, and then once she feels comfortable, she will open up, and just very bubbly attitude, and her outlook is very wide and broad.
Anthony Crum says there's not a day he doesn't think about his little girl.
She's very outgoing. She's very talkative. She's very inquisitive and hyper.
She's very kind.
Yes, and very kind.
7-year-old Iris is his world, and his world came crashing down when he learned his daughter is missing. Crum and his best friend Michael Surge, who is Iris's godfather, traveled to Rutherford County to bring her home. But when they came to get Iris, she was gone.
We were told to come down here by both lawyers, both Kayla's lawyer and Anthony's lawyer, that the exchange was going to be happening on Friday. So we did what we had to do to get into town. And here we are where she's missing.
An endangered child alert was issued by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for Iris. The TBI says the child may be with her non-custodial mother, Kayla Zarita.
Mentally and emotionally, definitely she's going to be hurt.
Crum lives in San Diego. The Superior Court of California confirms that Crum was granted legal custody in 2018. An order filed in September 2023 states the court found that Iris's mother violated the current court orders.
She has no parental rights to the child whatsoever. And so it's very distressing that we're stuck in this situation.
It's been 5 days and no sightings of Iris. They believe someone here knows something.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Let me have my daughter back.
Protect Iris. Do what is best for Iris.
Crum says he won't stop searching for his little girl.
I made a promise to my daughter once that regardless if anything ever happened to her, I will fight and I will do whatever I can. I'm doing that.
In Murfreesboro, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Zareta is wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for custodial interference. Anyone with information is asked to call the number at the bottom of your screen. Rutherford County Sheriff Detective Stephen Lewis is working this case.
So I think we just got our answers right there. He's had custody, like I said, since 2018. 2018, as I said, he's had custody that long. 2018. That was not a lie. Well, yes, she came here because she is married to a man that resides here. They own a business. Hold on, I'll get the name of the business for you. I found that, actually. Let me grab that. She, her mother took her and was supposed to return her. They had a meeting spot set up because he has had her since 2018. She's only 7. So he has had custodial rights and all the way around since she's like a year old. He's had this baby. That's his baby. And let me find this real quick and I'll get you this. The name of this business is all right. I can put that. I mean, I'm gonna put that picture up of him too. It's not against the law. Okay, they own together Backwoods Beauty Photography. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I'm going to put their picture up because I can. Did not return her. Didn't return her. And he had his attorneys and he fought. And there you go. So we're going to put that. And this is the, I'm going to show both their pictures here. I'm going to put their pictures up. His name is Ethan. Let me grab it. You know, I mean, who would think like that? I mean, I don't know. I guess, I think we all would probably at some points. So Sarita is the last name. Ethan Sarita. Let's see. What's that? My goodness. Now, he doesn't post very much. Now, let's see. Her last post. Let's see. It says, how's this pregnancy going? Swimmingly. I can't really lift things over a certain weight, and my 23-pound toddler is requesting to be carried by me and only me. She's spreading boogies like candy. Yay, allergies. Thank goodness for Kleenex, and my calf's always burning like I run track. And she posted that on February 25th. All right, I'm getting the picture now. That's a smart idea right there. I didn't think about that. Okay. Now this is her new husband and her. Right here. I did not think about that, Stacy. But that is the new husband. They've been married, it looks like, right at the, let's see, right at 3 years, it looks like. 3 years. Those two right there have been married right at 3 years. They have a 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old, and they're about to have another child. And he has, I think, 2 children from a prior relationship. And let's see, they live in Murfreesboro. They have that studio, that photography studio. They do weddings, births. I looked at his photography. They also have a website. Photography's on. So they could be anywhere doing this photography. They could be picking up and going wherever they want to go. I haven't found anything that shows any active searches that's being done. So I'm kind of curious at which way that they're going to go with this search. I'm waiting to find out because nothing's, I've not found anything just yet. So I'm like, where are we going to go with this search for her? Because we don't know a lot. They haven't really gave us much. That's my thing right there. That's what I keep saying, right? What you're saying, I'm saying. And plus, he has 2 other children, and they reside there with them as well. And she also has a son herself. So I'm kind of like, where are they? Nobody. And I want to know if somebody's going to say something. And we have one more on another news station, and I want to see if there's anything that's been said about that. So we're going to see about that one because they update that one. So I'm waiting to see something somewhere. I get myself in kind of a little bit all over. When I start digging, I'm all in the business. I've probably been all into these people's business. I know his mama's from Virginia, and then she moved here, and she works at Fantastic Sam's. I know that much. But originally, she is from California. So her being here, I don't know why she's here. Well, yeah, absolutely. Let me take that off because we're going to present this and share the screen. We're going to play this.
It's been almost a week since the 7-year-old disappeared. Authorities say she could possibly be with her mother, Kalia Zadira. The TBI issued an endangered child alert, but agents say growing concern about this girl's safety caused them to up it to an amber alert.
Really? That's ridiculous.
In Operation Crime and Justice.
We're going to keep looking. Hello, Mona. We're going to go to another one. Hold on. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to get mad if we don't find something. I am going to get mad because this is ridiculous. This at this point should be everywhere. I know it's her mother and I grasp that. I promise I get it. But just because it's her mom, sorry, doesn't mean anything to me. Mom or not. Start to make me mad. Let's see what this one says. You would think that people would be on the ground looking for this child. Still a missing kid. Come on. Let's see what they got to say. If anything. Okay, let's see. They might not have much to say, but they'll have something. Let's see what this one says. Okay, guys, we want to check over here. All right, welcome, Mona, welcome. Yeah, I've got some over here, but nothing that's just really, they're making me mad what they're doing. I don't like this. So we're going to share this one. No, thank you.
News of missing little girl's case takes a turn. Authorities believe 7-year-old Iris Crum is with her mother, who doesn't have custody of her. Now, a new felony charge against the mother has prompted investigators to upgrade Iris's case to an Amber Alert. News 2's Sarah Smith is at the WKRN.com alert desk with more on what we know. Sarah?
Bob, investigators think Iris is with her mother, Kalia Zadira, who doesn't have custody. Her dad, Anthony Crum, says he came from San Diego to pick her up last Friday in Murfreesboro. Mom and Iris didn't show up. Zadira is wanted in Rutherford County for custodial interference. Today, law enforcement in California issued a warrant for abduction. Agents say this played a role in getting the upgrade to an Amber Alert.
It was supposed to be arranged. You know, my lawyer and her lawyer were communicating, and I was supposed to get my daughter after she had gotten out of school on Friday, and that never took place, Friday the 1st. I didn't know really what to think or how to feel. You know, I was heartbroken, and I'm scared for my daughter, honestly.
There's another active Amber Alert. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville. Deputies say his family claims he left home 12 days ago in the middle of the night. Searches of the area have been unsuccessful. Yesterday, the investigation led to a search at a Kentucky landfill. It's where the trash in Sebastian's neighborhood goes. It didn't turn up any new leads. Investigators saying time is crucial in bringing both of these children back home safe.
Thank you, Sarah. Iris is 5 feet tall. She weighs 80 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. If you see Iris or know where she could be found, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Is that not odd that they look so much alike, the husbands? That was weird. They look a lot alike. They do look a lot alike. I did say that myself. They look a lot alike. They do look a lot alike. So let me do this. Let me get on here. My favorite place to find the better stuff. And they are having a prayer vigil tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's a candlelight one for Sebastian. I said it probably would not benefit me. It wouldn't benefit me to be there. I'm too honest. Let me see when this one was done.
Desk right now. Okay, so who are police looking for? Tell us everything. Yeah, police say 7-year-old Iris Crum has been missing for 3 days now. They want to show you her photo again here. This is next to a photo of her mother. Iris is there on the left. TBI says Iris was last seen on March 1st near Blue Fox Trail in Murfreesboro. They say she might be with her mother, who does not have custody of her. We know Iris is 5 feet tall, 80 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Her mother also having black hair and brown eyes. Her mom is wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for custodial interference. So if anyone sees either of these two, they're encouraged to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Lauren. Okay.
They're supposed to.
You can make money the hard way as a bullfighter or save money with Xfinity.
They're supposed to be there. They're supposed to be there. That's why I said it would not be beneficial for me to be there. And that, yeah, I said it would not be beneficial. Not being ugly, just being real. Yeah. They're supposed to be there, actually. They really are supposed to be there. But that is, they were. You're not lying, though. You're not telling a lie. You're telling the truth. Good one there, though. Good one. That is a good one. You did say a good one there. Yeah. Oh my God. She ain't lying. But it's a lie. Yeah. Oh God. Hmm? Hmm? I don't know what that means. But he did say that. He did say that. So that ain't a lie. He said, stay at home. So he did say stay at home. Not a lie. He said stay at the house. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. I can't even believe I'm laughing at this. I'm going straight, you know where. Yeah, I'm not mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Oh, they're going. I can show where they're going. They're really going. That ain't a lie. They're going. They're going. They are going. But I'm not going. I'm really not going to be going. That would not be beneficial for me to do. Honestly, I would not be doing anybody any favors to be doing that. No. And I shouldn't be laughing. That is wrong. Oh God. But I had to laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that, but I had to laugh. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. All right, I want to see if I got anything else. God, I shouldn't have been doing that. I should not have laughed. But I did. All right, let me. What is that? I have no clue. All right, I think that's all of that one. I need to see if I've got any more of his. Now we do have. That was a day. Wait, what is this? We do have a day ago. I can play some of what Nick Barris had to say, which, in my opinion, well, he had a lot to say, really, which I kind of agree with some of what he said. I'm not going to say I agree with everything that he has to say, but I did agree with some of what he had to say. And if y'all want to hear some of that, we can. Because he had some good points, and he had some that, I don't always agree with everything he says. I don't always. Welcome back, Drunk Kelly. We can listen to some of that if you want to. We don't have to listen to all of it. Let's see. Let me get him. Better.
Everything they can with dogs on foot from the air have found nothing. A trace of Sebastian is nowhere to be found. So, in the absence of finding anything, in that search, they're thinking, what haven't we seen? And they noticed that there was no garbage in the neighborhood, or that the garbage had been picked up. And here's what's interesting, I found out this morning they were going out to the dump. And so my first question is why? Well, they're going out there to look through the garbage taken from this neighborhood. And I'm like, okay, well, when is the garbage picked up? Well, I called a neighbor there, whom I know, that I've met since I've been covering the story. And I said, hey, do you guys have a garbage pickup service? And they go, yes. And I go, when do they pick up the garbage? And they tell me between 5 and 6 o'clock. And I'm like, what day? Monday. What time of day? 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So put this into context and what we know about the timetable. Sebastian's mother said that she went to try to wake him up. I guess it was around 6 o'clock is what she said in the past to get ready for school. And that's when she discovered he was not there. At which point they then call law enforcement, at which point law enforcement comes out there, starts asking questions, starts looking around, maybe just wandered down the road. This is early on before they know, how serious this is. And by then, the garbage was long gone. The garbage was picked up and gone before Sebastian was even reported missing. Okay. Now, that unto itself doesn't really mean anything, but means all the garbage, including the garbage from Sebastian's house, was picked up. And it's not just there. I'm not just saying this is about Sebastian's house. This is garbage in dumpsters in some nearby developments and homes that are being built. It's garbage in other garbage bins at nearby homes. You know, we don't know exactly what happened to him, but they'd like to sift through that garbage. They would look through these bins and see whether or not there's any evidence of something that might be there. I have to say, it goes without saying, they probably want to take a look at the garbage that was thrown out from Sebastian's own home. Okay, they're going to be looking for that. So what I can tell you is they went out to this dump, which is in White Plains, Kentucky, about an hour and a half from here. It's a company that takes some of the garbage from here. Keep in mind now, okay, we had Sky 5 video, if you watched our newscast, look at it later, that showed this crew out there at a landfill. If you've ever been to a landfill, that is a place to dispose of anything. And if time passes, it's buried and extremely difficult to find. The debris that was taken in garbage from this neighborhood was Monday. So you got Monday's trash, Tuesday, other debris is coming from all around. This is just Mondays for this one subdivision. But I mean, trash is coming in continuously. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, trash. So 3 full days of trash in and out being piled up there. I understand that typically dumps work on a grid system, so they are able to kind of identify, if you ask, hey, where did Monday's trucks Sumner County go with the trash? And they can vaguely say in this area, but a lot of trash just goes into that area and you have to dig through it. And there's a lot of smells. It's a dirty business. It's rough. So they were out there today, and from Sky 5 you could see there was a large tarp set up. And then there was a large law enforcement presence. I understand sheriff's deputies from Sumner County and Kentucky State Police were participating in this. I'm also told from someone who works up there at this landfill that they completely cordoned off that one section of the landfill once they got notice of this yesterday and have not put any more trash in there. And they spent all day looking.
Central 20, were you able to make contact at the residence?
Hold on, over here. Hold on.
A lot of effort being put into trying to find him. Not a lot of new developments. We have not had a news conference from authorities in several days. They do send out updates.
Hold on, we're going to do this right here. Hold on. This one.
6:10 in the evening on this Thursday, but I mentioned I'd like to do this so they can ask another Facebook Live when we have some. And by then, the garbage was long gone. The garbage was picked up and gone before Sebastian was even missing. Okay. Now, being piled up there, I understand that typically the decision to go out there was not because of any evidence leading them to believe that Sebastian had been brought out there. But what this is doing is leaving no stone unturned. They say it's just out of an abundance of caution. It makes sense to go through trash from this area. And that the idea was to go check it. At the very least, they could rule that out. And I think that's proof. I think what they did there was that thing. I wish they could have gotten there sooner before this much trash piled up over whatever they're looking for. But authorities have made it very clear. This is not something where they have some type of evidence that says, oh, this is an indication that we're going to find evidence up here. They're looking because trash is something that could have been containing evidence, possibly, of foul play. And so they want to go out there. Could be a body, could be, tools, could be rags, could be any number of things that maybe ties into this. And again, that's all hypothetical, but they're going up there to look to make sure that there's nothing up there. So let's just be real clear on that. I went out there to the neighborhood again today to get some video to see some of these trash bins and find out how it all works. I'm the only one that's reported when that trash is picked up. Everyone ended up, all the media going out there and knowing they were searching. But really the key is not just searching, but realizing that trash was collected and dumped up there, okay? An hour or two, it was gone before the boy was even reported missing. That's significant. If this was trash from a day later, if the trash had been picked up 2 days prior, I think they might still go up there out of an abundance of caution. But the fact that that trash was picked up Monday morning, okay, when it's believed that Sebastian disappeared sometime between midnight and maybe 6 a.m. Monday, that's significant. That's gone in that timetable. If there was going to be any evidence, it's likely in the trash, if it was in trash during that time span. So that's what makes this a little more significant. Law enforcement says abundance of caution, but when you add that into the equation, I think it makes it all the more interesting. So again, my understanding is they didn't find anything, but I also believe they will be back out at it tomorrow. And depending on what they do tomorrow, they may be back out there the next day and the next day and the next day after that. So I told you I went out to the neighborhood and was out at the house. I did not go to the house and knock on the door. As I told you, I tried to arrange and had set up what I thought was going to be an interview with the stepfather and maybe the mother if she got better from a migraine she was suffering from. And again, whatever it was all set. I was going to talk to them on I think Tuesday. And never called me back the next day. Didn't return any texts. And it may be because he's tied up with other things or he decided he's talked enough. I can respect that. So I'm not going to invade their privacy. I did not go up and knock on the door today. But what I did notice while I was out there was that law enforcement was back out at the house today. And they were behind the home. And it looked like they were taking photographs. Doesn't mean anything particularly significant there, but it was very quiet, nice neighborhood. This is upscale neighborhood, very nice homes. Looked like the family was there in the house, front door was open, but law enforcement was in the back taking photos for what that's worth. Again, Police say at this point, and they've not said publicly this is a criminal investigation. They're just calling it an investigation. I can tell you it's a criminal investigation now. Okay, they're still searching, but they've dialed back the search effort. Okay, and they're focusing more on the possibility of foul play. But again, authorities are only calling this an investigation, not a criminal investigation. They have not used the word foul play. They have not said that anyone is a suspect at this point, and they continue to say to this point,
they've already,
the family has
I'm
been
pretty sure,
cooperative.
gone
And that's
through
important.
his
The family's been
device.
cooperative, as far as I know. They've answered all questions. They've agreed to be interviewed.
And
on more than
anybody
one
that would
occasion,
like to
separately from
join
one another,
the
mother
membership
and
for the
stepfather.
channel,
So
it's
they
pinned at the
cooperated. I
top,
know at
y'all.
one point the stepfather was saying that law enforcement has cleared them of any wrongdoing or any involvement in this.
Listen
And
to
that may
this.
be the case that they were not involved. But I can tell you this: law enforcement has not publicly said that anyone has been cleared of this. Okay, let's be very clear. No one has said anyone is clear. And my belief, if they're looking at this as a criminal investigation, is everyone in that neighborhood who knows this boy and might have been around him is considered a possibility. Top of that list, as it would be with any missing child, are the parents or those closest to him. Okay, but no one has formally been cleared. So, maybe that's what they told the family, but police have not said that, and I don't think they will say that anyone has been cleared. And I think they would had they cleared them, because let's face it, a lot of you on Facebook, a lot of you elsewhere, are pointing the finger at the stepfather or the mother. They're in it together. And I'll say right now that while they certainly would be on any list of suspects if there was one, and there isn't, that's not fair. Okay, we don't have any evidence at this point that anyone was involved. Now, I can share this with you, or that the family was involved. So it's not fair to say this, but I will say this. A 15-year-old disappears. He's been gone for 11 days, and there's not a trace of him anywhere.
Now
I personally
we're
am
going on a
convinced
week
that someone else was involved.
of 2
If it
weeks.
turned out that Sebastian fell into a hole or a crevasse or locked himself somewhere and couldn't get out, he's by himself, and that's it. Okay, but beyond that, very, very unlikely scenario, in my opinion. I believe someone is involved in his disappearance. Who that is, I don't know. But that to me is there's no other explanation for the way this has played out to this point. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that. But that's why they dialed back the search effort. They looked everywhere. He's not out there. So somehow, some way, someone was involved. This is foul play, in my opinion. But as far as suspects, it's not fair to say, oh yeah, well, let's the parents. Trust me, police are thinking the same thing you have. And they are talking to the parents. They're vetting the parents. A key will be this moving forward: if and when they find the body, if there's a body, or even when they find him, hopefully alive. Barring that or any other physical evidence of something happening to him, even if they get a suspect, it will be very, very hard to prosecute that individual without a confession or perhaps someone else testifying against that person. Okay, so that's very important right now to track that down. Beyond that, not much else to tell you. I do know that they continue to scroll through. I've learned not just Ring camera, but there are security cameras, unlike Ring cameras, that run all the time, okay, nonstop. And there are neighborhoods, houses in that neighborhood that have that. And so what I've been told is that law enforcement now has collected that, and they're looking through every second of video, not just between 12 midnight Sunday and 6 a.m. on Monday. They're looking back throughout the day on Sunday, into the earlier part of the day, and I think even back into Saturday, looking for the comings and goings. If there's anything suspicious, I guarantee you that. I also know there have been several calls in to the TBI and beyond of people thinking they see Sebastian. There was one where a woman at a gas station thought she saw Sebastian who looked very frazzled with 3 elderly men in a pickup truck. Okay, it's probably a kid that looked like him, but they have vetted and tried to track down all of these tips, and there's been no confirmed sightings to this point. Okay, no confirmed sightings. So that's where we stand on all of this. I just wanted to update you with regard to that search, which I think is significant. The fact that they're taking the time. This was not just 1 or 2 officers out there. There were a lot.
I think they have Apple, but they're not going to say they
had a large backhoe moving equipment through there. My understanding under this large tarp that was set up, they had bloodhounds.
They're not going to say much of anything.
The source is that a bloodhound hit on something. And again, this is a dump, so it could be anything. So it may not be a body, but it's enough that they are expected to return tomorrow and continue searching there. And you can bet we'll be watching what happens as we go along. But today, they didn't find anything, and they wrapped up just before dark. And that is dirty, difficult work. These law enforcement officers are doing everything they can to resolve this. I think the police, the TBI, and everyone, from the beginning of this, where he disappeared to now, have done a textbook job. Some people are frustrated they're not giving us more updates throughout. No, I understand. You do your thing. Worry about us later. But trust me, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that none of us know. They have their suspicions, and they're thinking about everything you're thinking about. Okay, potential suspects.
And that's why they're not going to say anything.
Looking through the garbage is an important thing to do. It was funny when I first heard about this that they're going up there to look for garbage, and I was thinking, if they tell me that this garbage was hauled away, say yesterday, and then finally was like, that would have been investigated misconduct. Because one of the very first things they realized they should do once this child is realized to have disappeared is to start searching everything, and that includes looking at every single one of these big trash bins. Well, they would have done that, and they did do that, and they realized there was no trash in these bins. And they're like, where did this trash go? It was picked up between 5 and 6 a.m. in that neighborhood. The morning he disappeared, 1 or 2 hours before he was even reported missing. All right, let's take a look at some of your questions before I have to go eat dinner. Okay, I'm going to scroll back through. Any questions, comments, observations? I'm kind of zipping all the way back, and a lot of you following right now. So he's not considered a runaway. He's considered missing, which is more of a concern. It says someone, no, he's not anymore considered, I don't believe, a runaway. There is an active Amber Alert for him. An Amber Alert means the individual missing has either been abducted or is considered to be in imminent danger of serious harm or death. So did he go off on his own? That was originally one of the theories. Did he walk out barefoot in the middle of the night by himself with a flashlight? Just a kid like this and then vanish without a trace, without anyone intervening? Sometimes you just got to use a little common sense and say, is that possible? Sure. Is that likely? No. As I said, I believe someone else is involved in what happened to him. I I hope I'm wrong. And there's no evidence right now to point to anyone that there is. They're looking for that evidence. That's what they're doing. Let's see, what else do we have here? A lot of people thanking me for this. Listen, thank you. So much of what has helped guide me on this are your thoughts and opinions and the messages you've given me. And there have been things that I've missed. Earlier today, I made a mistake and posted the wrong time on one of my posts about when the mother reported him missing. It was a typo. I wrote 8 instead of 6. My mistake. A bunch of you were on me just like that, and I went and corrected it. And I thank you for that. We're all human. We make mistakes. Was trash picked up the day before he was reported missing? Nope. Trash man was picked up the day he went missing between 5 and 6.
And it was an automated trash.
Police know way more than they're saying. Mark my words. And I agree. There's a lot the police aren't sharing with us. But they got to go slow, and there's a way of doing these things. And they don't want to blow the investigation. So it can be frustrating. I guarantee you it's frustrating for them. They want a resolution. They want nothing more than to find him alive. Short of that,
because I wanted to know how the world could they have lived to
they're doing the best
if
they
there
can.
was
And I think they're doing a
somebody
good job.
in
It's
it.
just
If
not going to share
somebody
that with
had
us, and I understand that.
been in that, there's no way they could have lived
Let's
there.
see what else.
I
Yeah,
wanted
you're
to
wondering
know.
about what motive police might have to harm him. We don't know. I don't know the inner dynamic in his family, or dynamic with neighbors, or dynamic with any kids at school. So if this case has crossed state lines, is this now a federal case? Well, we've been told early on that the FBI has been called in to assist. I don't know to what capacity, but certainly that could be if something significant is
The
found and
FBI
done
was
tomorrow or
called
the
in
next day,
early
then,
on.
yeah,
Yes, they
technically
were.
it could become a federal case. But if there is a prosecution or something along those lines, it would be here in Tennessee. I don't know that that changes things, except I think it brings the feds more involved to help with the investigation, which is a welcome thing. It's a welcome thing. I think right now the investigation is still being basically led by the Sheriff's Department out of Sumner County with assistance from the TBI. And the FBI is there as well on the periphery.
They've been there.
What I believe has probably happened, and I don't have this confirmed, is I would be very surprised if law enforcement has not tracked down, what truck it was that worked the neighborhood that morning and who the men working that trash truck were. And I bet my bottom dollar they've interviewed them about if they remember what the trash was, if they can remember anything about anything unusual in any of the trash they collected from Sebastian's house or anything else.
And they did.
I almost can guarantee you that if they figured out who picked it up and where it went, they want to talk to the people just, hey, do you recall, anything unusual as you pick that up? And keep in mind, these trash guys that morning, weren't on alert for anything. Even if they did see something out, they probably said, oh, that's kind of weird. But they didn't know a little boy was missing at that point, They just were loading it up. And I'm sure they see a lot of weird stuff picking up trash. Is they do send out updates, but nothing new to really report. But today were some new developments that I think are worth talking about. And what I'm going to tell you is I learned early this morning that authorities were planning to go and search a landfill about an hour and a half drive north of Sumner County in Kentucky. You're like, okay, why are they going up there? Why are they going to a landfill in Kentucky to look for this missing 15-year-old who has autism? And it's an interesting story behind how that worked out. But let me tell you that the search, when it first initially went down, was extremely thorough. They, over the last, in my opinion, 11 days, have done a terrific job, everyone involved, of searching within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the home, everything they can with dogs on foot from the air.
Pretty much.
Have found nothing. A trace of Sebastian is nowhere to be found. So in the absence of finding anything, in that search, they're thinking, what haven't we seen? And they noticed that there was no garbage in the neighborhood, or that the garbage had been picked up. And here's what's interesting, I found out this morning they were going out to the dump. And so my first question is why? Well, they're going out there to look for the garbage taken from this. Even if they didn't necessarily have if all the trash in this neighborhood was taken away the day that kid disappeared, they didn't have a chance to look at any of these, then I think that's just prudent. If they're leaving no stone unturned to go look in the trash. But you're right. I think there's a reason to go up there and check for this. How does autism affect him? I don't know for sure. We've seen stories about this, but I've been told from some people that know him that you might not be able to tell he's autistic when you first meet him. There are different levels on the spectrum of it, but that he gets a little bit rattled at times when things can get a little chaotic around him, and that he, had certain things that were important to him, like staying clean and keeping things a certain way and wanting, that's it. And they talk about autistic kids are sometimes drawn to water. They don't like crowds. They in someplace unfamiliar, they might try to hide. All of those types of things are what we hear, but that's generalizing. And, they're all different. But in the video I saw of him, I thought, if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known there was anything.
And they need to put this video out.
They're not speaking, someone says, with the media anymore. At least they're not speaking to me.
But they spoke to the media that night.
I did do an interview with Sebastian's biological father. And heartfelt, very concerned. He lives in Clarksville, was not there, does have contact with his son. But I talked to his biological father. We aired that interview and just talked about, Sebastian, if you're out there, you hear my voice, you see me, please call 911, turn yourself in, come back. Heartbreaking hearing from both the stepmother and the mother and stepfather and the biological father, just begging for him to come back. Let's see what else. Good questions, good comments. Let's see. A lot of people watching. Someone's watching from Washington State. It's incredible in these cases how many people care and want to know about a missing child. I'm looking at this right now. This is my Facebook page. On my Facebook through the station was my personal one. We have 2,500 people watching at this moment. There's a lot of people and a ton of comments. And I thank you. The more people that watch, maybe the more people become aware of this and keep their eye out and report it if they see something strange. Though I know a lot of you live outside this area. But at this
And
point, if you
people
think
that are
there's
truck
enough-
drivers,
you know,
if you have a
the
truck
possibility
and,
right now that
or
photos
anybody
have gone
that
out about a
knows
missing
anything
child,
like that.
Sebastian, the law enforcement
Kids
found
get
this
in
out.
trucks.
Why not send that out? There's an Amber Alert. You bet there is. That's out there. Let's see what else. Watching from North Carolina. Yeah, someone says that sweet boy. The TDI released more photos today of Sebastian, which is great. The more that are out there, the better. And if you look at, he's just a colorful, sweet-looking kid. One of them, he's got a boa constrictor around his neck and colorful, and he has a smile. And again, I'm pairing that up with the video I told you I've seen of him. And if I get permission to share it, I will. If I can get hold of it and I want to share it. But he's just a sweet kid. It breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart when any child disappears. But just seeing him is like, it's just not fair. Let's see what else we have. Police are going through all this. Just talking about going into the dump and searching for it. A lot of you have theories.
That is a new picture.
Yeah, once it's on the curb, it's considered public property. Anyone can access it. I do understand to go and search this dump. Once the trash was dumped there, they did get a warrant.
And
So
they
it's
him
fine.
on a
I think I'll
waste
let them go out there anyway. Of course, this dump, sure, they're looking for possibly evidence to help find a child. But yeah, they got a warrant out of an abundance of caution. They went up there, served the warrant, and were able to go in and search the dump. But yeah, as far as going through, looking through these trash receptacles on the street, people are saying once it's there, you can look at it. It's not like going in someone's mailbox. That's illegal. But they did get a warrant, search warrant to go, and so they're legally doing this by the book. Let's see what else. Have cadaver dogs been inside the home? I don't know this. Now, I understand from some people I've talked to that law enforcement has been inside the home, searched the home, looked for anything that might be unusual. They've been in there. I don't believe cadaver dogs, and I wouldn't imagine that Sebastian's somewhere in the house. Then again, I guess you could say that would be the very last place someone would look, but I don't think so. Let's see, what else do we have?
Y'all heard that.
Many of you being nice about our coverage, and I appreciate that. Trying to be fair, as fair as I can, but get the information out there and call it like I see it. A couple more here. Got some people out here saying, oh yeah, just so you know, in a page this crowded and with as many followers, you're gonna get people scamming you. Send me a hello, or you're gonna hit on the women on my page saying, hey sweetie, contact me. And what kind of scumbag does that on a Facebook Live or a post about a missing child? I go through when I can, I find them, I ban them, I erase their message, ignore them. But these are horrible people. And when they're asking for hello,
If they're asking for money,
just
they're
keep saying something, ignore them, and I'll take care of them later. But awful people, awful people. Got no patience for these scumbag trolls, and that's exactly what they are. Some people saying, let's not forget this is about a missing child and no one else. Oh yeah, someone reaching out to the scumbag trolls, telling them to stop. Thank you for that. That was Chantel Hayes telling them to back off. So Angel Tarrant is there posting this, and whoever Angel is, she is a loser. Ignore it, just ignore it, no big deal. Just right, I'll get that later. What else do we have here? Appreciate your coverage. Okay, let me just tell you, I'm seeing this now. I've covered most of what's new over the last 2 days since we last talked. They're going to be back out there. My understanding is tomorrow, searching for a large car. We will be out there. If something is found, I don't know that immediately law enforcement will tell us. I have sources that will let me know, but I want to be very careful with any information I release, making sure, first, through law enforcement, that I'm not releasing anything that could jeopardize the investigation. But some of this, like I said, my understanding is they're going to be back out there tomorrow. There may be something to look for. We don't know if there's that. They've said all along, they're going out there out of an abundance of caution, leaving no stone unturned. They're saying there's
And
no
that's why I was
evidence that
careful,
set them out there,
not
leading them to
saying
believe that
certain
Sebastian's
things
there.
until I
But
could.
the fact that they're there means that there's a very good
And I
possibility
did.
that there might be something out there of value to the investigation. And it may not be Sebastian's remains or body. It could be something else. And someone else posted on you. They're not out there digging through a stinky dump just on a whim. There's a reason, and it's worth making this trip and doing it. And they're going to go back for a second day, and we'll be following it. So that's about what I have. I appreciate so many of you following this. Follow me on Facebook, Nick Barris NC5. Nick Barris NC5. You know that here. Please share that. And keep in mind, you can message me anytime you'd like with questions or comments. I try to get back to most of you. I read everything. Okay, I read everything. Your thoughts. If you ask a question,
He
I try to answer.
does.
If you're offering an opinion or a thought, I'll
He
read
does.
it. Okay?
He reads
So out there,
everything.
if you have some connection,
And I'm
like I
going
said,
to read
people
something
follow
to
this.
you,
That's how I
and
was
it
able to get
is
hold
from
of
the Sheriff's
the video of
Department.
Sebastian that I saw. It's not in my possession, but they showed it to me.
And then I'm going to
that's
break
another
it
video
down.
that's interesting pertaining to this investigation that I'm still vetting. A lot of stuff here you got to be careful and make sure it's genuine and the real deal. But a lot of tips have come into me that I think were of value. In fact, one of the tips I got today before it was publicly announced was that they were going to be up there searching. I knew that before anyone else did, and then law enforcement, they were open about it and said, yes, we're going out there. I think they probably sent that release out because me and maybe others were calling and asking, are you going up to this dump site? And there's nothing wrong with revealing that. That's not damaging to the investigation. But I do get a lot of things first, and a lot of that's because of you. I thank you all for following this. And please share my page, get other people involved. And if you have questions or comments, message me. As I promised, in any case, when it comes to children, I'm going to stay on this and we'll continue to report and follow it.
And he has. He's done his due diligence, and I agree with most everything he does say. I do.
I'll do more Facebook Lives. You can call and encourage me to do one if you like it. We've had almost 2,500 people watching this now, so I thank you all for that. It does my heart good to see so many people caring about this missing young man. Everyone, have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Good evening, everyone. Nick Barris
that was
coming
Nick.
to you.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to go. All right. We're going to go, and we're going to, hold on. Let me find that because it is what they had released. Hold on. I need to get that receipt for show it. Also, remind me, I got to get that receipt for Gypsy. That way I can show it. It's for, I think it's Costco. But I'm going to get this one. I just got to find it. It's gonna be the press release. I gotta see if I can even see the daggone thing great enough. Hold on. There's no way somebody deleted that. Hold on. Daggone it. All right. Hold on. Okay. I'm scrolling to it the best I can. All right. That piece of crap receipt, yeah, because BJ's does not have samplers that he likes to have. You know, like he likes. Let's see. Now, this is the press release that they put out. And it says, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues as authorities conducted a thorough search of the landfill on 3/8/2024. Despite exhaustive efforts, no leads or evidence pertaining to Sebastian Rogers' whereabouts were discovered during the operation. Sebastian Rogers, 15, was reported missing on 2/26/2024 in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Since then, law enforcement agencies from across the state have been working diligently to locate him. The decision to search the landfill was made in accordance with ongoing investigative efforts. Information gathered in the search for Sebastian Rogers. However, despite the extensive search conducted by trained personnel, including the use of canines, the operation yielded negative results. While we hoped for a different outcome, our commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering, stated Sheriff Sonny Rutherford. We will continue to explore all available avenues and resources to bring closure to this case and provide answers to Sebastian's family and loved ones. The support and cooperation of the community have been instrumental in the search efforts thus far. Law enforcement urges everyone and anyone with information regarding Sebastian Rogers' disappearance to come forward and assist in the investigation. Anyone with information is urged to contact 615-451-3838, 1-800-TBI-FIND, or tips to tbi@tbi.tn.gov, which we all know that. Hello, another fat bald Italian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, here's some things to think about. Key choices of words. No leads or evidence pertaining to Sebastian Rogers' whereabouts were discovered, meaning it's possible they found some evidence, but just not evidence to where he is. Bring closure, provide answers. Doesn't sound like they are looking for a missing person anymore. How about y'all? Those key choices of words there. And the date's wrong on that, by the way. Just to say, they have March 8th on there. It should have said March 7th. It should have said March 7th, actually, to be honest. It should have said March 7th. Not March 8th. Just saying. It kind of sticks out to me like a sore thumb. When you say keywords like that right there, you're kind of telling me something that I kind of know. You chose some words that kind of stuck out to me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's not just me. But did those words not kind of grab you? Closure. And then there's some other things. I'm not going to go over them tonight, but I want to kind of go over body language on other things that I found to be kind of relevant. And the rocking, to me, honestly, I'm a rocker. It's self-soothing. I rock. I've rocked since I was a little girl. So I don't see the rocking, but I will say when he's tapping on her hand, like, when he's doing all that damn tapping on her like that, that to me is him saying stop, wrong or something. And when you speak about a child in past tense, and when you're speaking about yourself in the third party, you've already put yourself so far away from this that I'm already looking at you in the wrong manner. And that's why I've side-eyed you from the go. Plus, y'all have lied from the beginning. And I can go back and look at all the lies. I can start reciting them from here. He's a runner. He barely leaves the house. But he's a runner. For Christmas, he only wanted friends. Remember that. That's all he wanted. Friends. Friends. And I guarantee you, when I get all these darn videos loaded from searching on the roads and show you the roads, then you're going to say, huh? Nobody's seen him on those roads? Really? Then you'll get it. You'll understand it from that. Nobody's seen him? That's weird. That's strange. It is. It's very strange. But when you put yourself far away, But we also know, though, he was seen on Friday night. Yep, likes to be clean. He's got an OCDness. But my next question is, how the hell did he get put to bed at midnight and your butt fell asleep at 10? But you went to bed at 12. You fell asleep on the couch. Think about it. Anybody got an answer? There isn't the right answer because it's been a lie from the beginning. If y'all ever go missing, I'll find y'all, promise. I will look for you. I rock. I used to twist my hair. I don't do that anymore, but I did used to twist my hair. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. But the signs are all there for everything. Y'all can sell whatever you want to whomever you wish to sell it to. But at the end of the day, the last ones to see him still remain. 2 people. 2 people. And I hold those 2 people accountable and responsible. If you cannot keep up with him, that's not my problem. That's yours. And if you wanted peace and privacy, you should have never called on the public. Shouldn't have done that. And you shouldn't have lied. Transparency. When a child is missing, you opened yourself wide open to everything. And you do. You open yourself up for everybody to scrutinize your whole life. They have. Now the news, they have not. The news media have not done that. But the teachers have been. They have been spoken with. They have had conversations with the teachers. Oh, I know. Listen, I know they are. There's no way in this world that I would believe any other way. I know they are. Trust me, I know they are. I know they are. I do know that. They are. It just bothers me. You know, they've only said that he's a happy kid. In all truth, they've only said that he is a happy child. Even the students, the same. The students have said the same. So that's a question that I don't have an answer really for yet. I don't have an answer for that just yet. I think there's going to be a lot more to come for this. I think that we're probably more than likely going to see little Iris reunited with her family, to be honest, before anything. And I don't even like saying these things. I don't. This is stuff that I don't even like to say public. We will see, I think, little Iris reunited with her family probably before we see anything really come from this. Listen, Gypsy, you're not old-fashioned. Because if you're old-fashioned, then that makes me old-fashioned. Then that means we're both old-fashioned, because I said the same thing. I said, you know what? At 8 o'clock, we were winding down, honey. At 8 o'clock, it was, let's get winding up. We're winding down. Everybody start winding down. We're getting ourselves winding on down because we're going to bed soon. Because by 10 o'clock, you know what? It's bedtime. Y'all better be in the bed. And I'm going to tell you at 15, I guess my mother was old-fashioned because at 15, whoo, if we were up at midnight, we would have had a red tail. The only time we ever got to stay up late was when Michael Jackson was performing on the Grammys. Facts. That was the only time I got to stay up late. Period. Was when Michael Jackson was on the Grammys. If he was on, I would beg. And she would let me stay up until they were done. So, I guess we're all old-fashioned then. There's a few of us that are still old-fashioned. But if I would let mine stay up till midnight, they would never have gotten up for school. And I had one that had to make sure that her eyebrows were on fleek, as she calls it, or called it. She don't call it that anymore. Listen, she got up probably at around 4 to make sure she had her space. And sometimes she was up at 3:30 to make sure she had her space because she wanted those eyebrows just right. That kid, oh Lord. But that was just her. I don't know what, and I think right now with law enforcement, they have to make sure. That's Kate. You're correct. That was because she's the only one that ever worried about anything to do with anything. She didn't care about nothing but her eyebrows being on fleek. And they had to be just right, even. Oh my gosh. It was, yeah. So, yeah. And she put herself to bed. You didn't have to tell her more than one time to get that tail to bed. No more than once. She was already to bed. She would already be in bed. So I didn't have to worry about that stuff. There was no argument about it. She got to bed. And it was her. It was her. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Oh, Margie, that breaks my heart. This all breaks my heart. Oh my. And that's my thing. He has to take medication, right? So with the medication part, with him, see, that bothers me because how do we know? You know, and they've never noted what the medication is. And it's none of my business. It's none of our business what his medication is. It's not. But it would, you know, they say that he needs the medication. It's a medical thing. He needs it. Right? So that right there is another thing. It almost makes me want to go back and play again their very first interview and watch the body language. Let me see. I think we should. And that way, what we can do is remember this and go back and remember from this or the other. She did that. Okay, let's see. It's coming. That way we can just go back through it and we can remember all this. It should be this far. No, you cannot, Margie, and you go to jail.
Day 8 of their son's disappearance. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marius Payton.
And I'm Lauren Lee. Sebastian Rogers is 15. He was last seen by his parents on February 25th in Hendersonville. Sebastian has autism, and he's gone without his medication this whole time. And since then, authorities have searched by air, by foot, and on horseback.
Helicopters, drones, and dive teams have also been brought in to try to find him. Today, his parents spoke exclusively to our Holly Thompson.
She's live tonight in Sumner County. Holly, I imagine it was quite an emotional interview.
Certainly was. It is hard for any of us to imagine the emotions that this family is going through right now. But we know one thing is certain. They remain positive. They are holding on to hope that their son Sebastian will return home safely.
Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay. I don't know where he's at.
Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview, but says her hope is strong that her son Sebastian will be found safe and returned home.
You're gonna walk through that door and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911.
He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave.
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
It's as if Sebastian vanished. No sign of him on any video throughout the community. Thousands of miles logged by law enforcement, canines, helicopters, even dive teams, and no sign of him. Chris and Katie tell me they've been harassed, people pointing fingers at them.
You're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts.
Are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that Mom, myself, and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided.
What do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
We love you so much, and we want you to come home, and you're not in trouble.
Now, Katie did tell me that even though Sebastian does have autism, he is a smart teenager. He is highly functional. They say if you see him, say his name, say Sebastian, and he'll respond. He'll at least acknowledge you. And I can tell you, this is my home. This is my community. And the people here are strong. They say they will continue to search. They will continue to hope and continue to pray for Sebastian's safe return. And by the way, you can watch my full exclusive interview with Sebastian's parents on our WSMV4 app. Live here in Hendersonville, Holly Thompson, WSMV4. Back.
And I have. We're going to play it. We're going to play that. Hold on. Hold on. They need to quit it. This is sad you got that thing happen. Then you got all right. Should start.
How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
But nobody's wished it on
Not
him.
anyone.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Always. He's going to walk through that door. And this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
That boy's gonna have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
So here we are, 8 days now searching for him. Walk
Hello,
us
my
through
little girl.
that
Hello, baby.
Sunday night that he went missing.
Welcome.
So walk us through, we've got so many people who really want to know, okay, how did this happen? So kind of just walk us through that night.
We were out and about that day. We were having a really good weekend.
No mention of
Um,
Costco's or BJ's. Yeah,
Everything was pretty normal. He was playing in his room.
he's in his room.
When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you." Said goodnight to his puppies.
Puppies.
A little bit later, I wound up going to bed, and when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
So in your mind, that's usually around what time? When do you normally wake up? Around 6 o'clock? So were you instantly thinking something's wrong? Or were you like, he may just be already in the shower?
I took a
in the living
second.
room?
I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband and said, "I can't find him." He said, "What do you mean you can't find him?" I said, "He's not in the house."
And so at that point, is that when you call 911 or what's going through your mind?
while we were on the phone, and I was like, is he on the other side of the bed? The normal places he may be in the house, and he wasn't. So I was like, okay, well, hold on a minute. And immediately after that, we called the sheriff's department and made the report.
I ran all over the house, outside, inside. I looked in every closet.
Within minutes, they were here. They responded within minutes, and here we go.
So you said you were on the phone with her, so you were not home.
No, ma'am. I was at work. I'm a tower crane operator, and I was working in Memphis at the St. Jude project. So it's,
St. Jude project.
I have an earpiece in that talks to my phone. I have another earpiece in that does the radios. So when she was talking to me, I was like, what? I was confused. We talked about where he could possibly be, and then we went from there and led to calling the cops, and here we are now.
Within minutes, they're at the home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was rapid fire. They had cars.
They
They had cars from here down to
the main road.
As far as I could tell.
So what's going through both of your minds? I mean, are we panicking? Is it this, oh, I think he's probably at a neighbor's house, or what are you thinking?
My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out the door.
And locked it.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means. But there's answers to questions that have no answers, or questions with no answers right now that we are searching for desperately. And we just don't have that.
All right, moderate swing speed golfers, you have got to check out Sexio. Every club is designed with ultra.
That day that you think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I haven't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving. It'd make more sense if we'd been fighting.
Or he'd been in trouble, but he hadn't even been in trouble. So, I mean, the $1 million question, why did he go? And the other $1 million question is how.
What about social media? Is there anything that, anyone he could have contacted? I understand he was somewhat of a gamer, or what was he? There was a video game he loved, right?
Minecraft. He loves Minecraft. The game that he has is not online. He has the Switch.
We don't, because of how social media can be, he doesn't have accessibility to communicate with folks on internet. I mean, we have a firm belief that we just don't feel right now that he's capable of having that kind of responsibility. So, I mean, his phone is locked down, his computers, his game. He doesn't have a gamer tag. He doesn't have online capabilities with games.
We've combed every electronic.
I mean, we've cooperated with all the authorities as far as anything they've asked us to provide, we've provided, and still just don't have any answers.
Did he have any friends that could have possibly contacted him in some way on his phone?
All his friends at school have been questioned to my knowledge, and none of them knew anything.
So this big question mark, he's vanished.
Yes, ma'am.
No one can figure out where or why. All right, so let's talk about the relationship involved, because the biological father is very much involved in Sebastian's life as well.
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Right? And how would you describe that relationship, the two of them and the four of you?
It's relatively good. I mean, we talk regularly. He talks to his son on a regular basis, sees him on a regular basis. He's involved in school and therapy, and I mean, he didn't have any extracurricular activities, but I can tell you now, if he did, his dad would be in the front row.
In two different households, and the communication between the three of us is great. I mean, yes, we're just like every parent. We all have our disagreements, but in the end, we come together as a team and we work and we come up with solutions that as we best see fit. I mean, I'm almost in contact with him almost daily.
Let's talk about Sebastian. Tell me about Sebastian. How would you describe him?
Sweet, stubborn. He loves to help. He loves running, and he loves to play his games and his fidgets and Uno. Lord, that's one of his favorite games right now. Favorite color is green.
Does he love music?
Oh,
He loves music.
an eclectic taste. An eclectic. I mean, from, as everybody knows, Eye of the Tiger to Eddie Vedder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we got Pearl Jam on one hand. We've got Survivor on the other over here. We've got Taylor Swift. And
He's got a big crush on her. I mean, country, rock.
no hip-hop. We don't allow the hip-hop.
Well, he doesn't really
Well,
get
I say
into it anyways.
rap and things.
You mentioned you love running.
We don't allow rap
Did you
music.
love the outdoors at all? I mean, would something outside that was somewhat outdoorsy be enticing to him? Or pull him outdoors?
He loves, like, when we were in California and the school had this lap thing to gain money. It was a fundraiser. And every year he was, I did this many laps. I did this many laps. I mean, I've got T-shirts where they would write on his back. Every time the kids went around, they'd mark a mark on the back and they'd keep running. And he just had marks all the way across his back. He likes playgrounds. He's being dirty. He don't like being dirty.
He doesn't like being dirty.
Yeah, he's not your tomboy style child where he goes outside and plays in the mud.
He loves animals, but he's terrified of bugs.
Oh yeah.
Terrified of
Okay.
bugs.
I mean, even a fly, and he's like,
Doesn't like being dirty. They're giving all the
Vexio is the only
everything
brand in the
right
world
there.
exclusively dedicated to helping
They're
moderate
telling everything.
get easier.
Let's talk too, because he's highly functioning. I know you all have described him as having a form of autism.
He does.
But just describe that to our viewers too, as far as his way of thinking of things and maybe how determined he was about certain things or his mindset.
He's got a stubborn mindset. If he believes it's this,
he gets on a one-man track, and he is just on it, and he is all about it.
but I mean, he's very smart.
Bio dad
I
said
mean,
he likes
he
to
can
go
play
fishing.
chess. He can beat adults in chess.
Wow.
And he's
He loves playing games.
What about navigation? Like, did he have a sense of direction? Do you think he could have possibly even hitched a ride or gotten
He
a
knows
ride
the way
on
to
a
his dad's
bus or some
house.
sort of transportation?
that is a speculation that we don't have an answer for. Just directionally, he knows he could guide you from our house to his dad's house.
Yeah.
That's
he
a
could
long
get from
way.
like this house. I think he can make it up to Culver's ice cream.
He can go to Culver's.
Oh, that boy loves
He knows
malt.
where Culver's is because Culver's has malt. He loves malt, extra malt. Every time, extra malt.
Now, how far away does his dad live?
Clarksville. His dad lives up by Clarksville.
So he could guide someone all the way to Clarksville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a lengthy
So
little
a pretty
trek.
keen sense of direction, at least with certain things.
Familiar routes.
Yes.
Familiar routes.
Familiar routes.
And if I took him another route going
He
this way,
takes
he would
it.
not know it.
He goes up there so often that he knows how to get to his daddy's. We know that.
His dad works with him as far as, well, we're going this way, we're going that way, and keeps the same thing, and it works out. So
Let's talk too, because earlier, Chris, you and I were talking, and you were saying that there are a lot of people who are harassing
Nobody
both
harasses.
of you. What, if any of that, do you want to address? What do you want to say to any of these people?
Just that you don't know. And I don't wish you to ever know.
I would say it like this: everybody has an opinion, you know, and it's perfectly okay to have that opinion. But you're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different, wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts. If they have questions, all they have to do is ask.
You say call law
And I
enforcement.
pray genuinely that no one ever goes through this.
You've told people to call law enforcement if they have questions. In your
Just be
second
kind.
interview, remember that?
I mean, that's
Call law enforcement.
real simple.
Wow.
There are some people who have been talking, because I know this is part of the harassment. Is there anything you want to address about this child custody situation? The previous.
Now here we go.
So I have a current case that is ongoing in another state. We've requested that case to be sealed because there are some individuals who have taken it upon themselves to put stuff out there that they don't quite know, which all they have to do is ask. I'll tell you.
Interesting.
But because of that, you know, it has nothing to do with our son. It has nothing to do with the situation. You know, I just people would respect that and then keep an open mind. It's totally different.
Is Sebastian
What's the
able
matter,
to
Bella?
watch this? And maybe he's watching this as it airs. And if he is, what do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
Oh gosh, that we love you so much, and we want you to come home, and you're not in trouble.
Now she's saying, oh, it's not trouble stuff.
I guarantee you he is loved. And trust me, the open arms are waiting for him to come home. From every parent to every family members to probably everyone in the community. But there's no malice, so we just want our boy home. That
He's not your boy.
But
that mama's heart, I know it's daddy's too, but I feel like there's always that extra special bond. Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at.
Her baby, meaning the other baby, is fine.
Let's talk
You
about the
know,
community because I
this
want you all to
baby
know.
is not.
Even my church body, I mean, we're all praying. We're all praying for his safe return quickly. What do you all want to say to the community?
Thank you.
with everything from the bottom of our hearts. I would not have imagined how far this has gotten, but there's no way to repay the gratitude, the love that we have felt from the community, the prayers. But thank you.
But don't stop looking.
Please.
My son is somewhere.
This ain't over until he's home.
Vexio is the only brand in the world exclusively dedicated to helping moderate swing speed golfers get easy.
Let's mention the search itself.
His shot is
Because
okay.
we know thousands of miles have basically been traced and retraced. We've got hundreds. We've got volunteers. We've got law enforcement from within the state, from without, outside of the state. I mean, do you feel like they're doing as much as they can? I mean, you all have been right there in the front seat, seeing everything that's underway.
As far as I know, they're doing everything. Anything and everything has been an option. They have brought in assets and resources from various counties, potentially other states. I mean, I don't know how much more they could do, but we're grateful for everything they have done.
They're amazing, but they still haven't brought my baby back.
They will. They will.
He's out there somewhere. So it's basically, it's one day at a time, getting through this and bringing him home. What is the reaction to the fact that somehow his image, he hasn't been captured on any video anywhere?
I know that it was very dark that night. I mean, it gets dark around here at night in general, but so far we haven't found him on any camera footage to prove where he's at or where he's gone. I know that they're looking, and I went asking everybody and anybody that has cameras, trail cams, stores, to check, even from before he went missing, just to see if there's anything at all.
I understand there was a request for video and footage of Sebastian from earlier in the day on Sunday before he disappeared.
That I don't believe we can comment on right now. That is not something that I believe we're privy to at this point with law enforcement. That is something I would definitely direct back to them. But I mean, they're just out there. There's thousands of hours of video that they are combing, and we're just hoping they'll find something.
And I know this is so sensitive. What do you say to people who inevitably end up pointing their finger back at you. We were talking earlier, and I mean, are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that Mom, myself, and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided. So cooperation is there. I mean,
What do you want to say to our viewers? Anybody who's watching, we've got a lot of folks in this community and in other counties just throughout the state as well. What do you want to say to them?
Help spread the word and keep searching, and thank you. And just if you think you see him, call him in.
thank all the viewers, everybody that's helped from across the board. I mean, everybody has been tremendous.
Call his name.
Yeah.
He'll answer, and if he doesn't answer, he'll look, even if he's not being verbal at the moment, because he can talk, but sometimes he don't talk. Call his name. Tell him to stay put.
He could be on the move, so keep checking your properties.
Yes, like the search is never over until he comes home. That is
He's
for
so
sure.
smart.
But thank you for everything that everybody has done, has volunteered, the continuous efforts. I mean, it's like I said, I've never seen something to this magnitude before.
Our community is amazing.
We're all praying, hoping, and searching for Sebastian's safe return for that day. Thank you both for talking with me.
Y'all can't tell me that's not class there. If that's that one, I've got one more. It is. It's heartbreaking as crap. I'll go in there too. Remember that they said stay home? Well, she said they were out searching. You see? Okay. So I do have this from 2 days ago. Gypsy. Facts. Facts of facts. Let's see what these people have to say. I agree, though. You ain't lying. Hi, baby. All right, let's see if we can see here in this video. Yeah, but you're not lying. I wish I could put that up somewhere, but that ain't a lie. That just ain't a lie. Okay, what they got to say here?
So, news tonight in the search for Sebastian Rogers. Investigators are now searching a landfill in Hopkins County, Kentucky.
Now, that's located about 2 hours north of Nashville. It has now been 11 days since anyone has seen this 15-year-old Sumner County boy who has autism. Fox 17 News' Kylie Walker is live in White Plains, Kentucky, with the very latest on the search there. Kylie?
Remember, this all comes just after the Sumner County officials announced that they would be scaling back on search efforts and transitioning into a more investigative phase. Take a look right behind me. We're currently right off Orton Bridge Road, where you can see this massive landfill where trash from Sebastian's neighborhood was taken. Now, our Fox 17 News Sky Eye shows you just how big of an area crews are having to search through. You see here a cluster of cars confined to one specific area earlier this afternoon. This is where crews were sifting through junk all day, and investigators telling Fox 17 News they did obtain a search warrant on the property. Now, former FBI agent Scott Augenbaum says in cases like this, leads are coming in around the clock.
Any type of case, there is a ton of leads that are going on. And what does the evidence say over here? The trash was taken to this landfill. So this is really an important lead, because what they want to do as investigators, you want to eliminate all the potential possibilities of where this boy could be.
Earlier today, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department said there's no specific information that indicates evidence related to the search for Sebastian may be here. Rather, it is an investigative precautionary measure to eliminate possible options and questions. Keep in mind, this, of course, is an ongoing investigation. Any updates that we get, we'll have here on Fox 17 News. For now, live in Kentucky, I'm Kylie Walker.
He
Fox
just
17
said that, man. I don't know why he ever said that, to be honest. I really don't. I don't know why he ever said that. He said it, but I don't know why he said it. I'll never know why he said that. That's just like I keep saying to this boy who hates being dirty, hates being in the dark, rarely goes outside, loves normalcy, decides to walk outside in the dark, lock the door behind him, with no shoes, check the dirty garbage can with his flashlight. Really? That didn't happen, really, did it? It didn't happen. Tell me that didn't happen. Because I'm going to say it really didn't happen. And then if you listen to this right here with this interviewer, pay attention when she asks how they feel about the police searching the landfill.
What are your thoughts about that?
Let me go back to that real quick.
People are speaking out about that. What are your thoughts about that?
Everybody has an opinion and their assumptions, and they are entitled to those. But as I've stated before, all we've asked people to do is to look at the facts, not what everybody's putting out there. If they have questions, call the law enforcement agencies, and they'll give you whatever they can give you. But the assumptions are just that. They are an assumption, your opinions. We pray for everybody, for hopefully this never happens to you. And if it ever does, then you'll understand. But I pray it doesn't.
And they're doing their job. They're looking everywhere they can their goal is the same. We just want to find him.
If you could say something to Sebastian, if he's listening.
Let's start again. But when she was asked that question, right, he gave all that mess. And then when that mom responded, right, she stumbled over her words. That said the landfill people were out there searching for her kid. That's facts. And it was kind of cringy, weird, but yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say sometimes it's gonna be teenagers and mamas that are gonna be your best advocates out there to search. Sometimes. I didn't say all the time. I said sometimes. I didn't say all the time. So somebody can't come after me. Well, she really didn't say she saw him asleep because she was asleep. Hey, she can't say that either because she's put him to bed at midnight, but she fell asleep at 10. I'm sorry, but that's the fact. On the couch. He woke her up and told her to go to bed when he called her on the telephone. And, well, then she said, go to bed. That's what she said. So I can only go with what was said. And that was said. She said, go to bed. That came from her lips, not my lips. Came from her lips. I didn't make that up. So she said that. That right there was another thing. I was like, where does he stay? Do they put him up in a hotel somewhere? That's a 4-hour drive. So either he's driving 4 hours this way and staying there for and at a hotel, because there's no way he's driving 8 hours back and forth during a day, plus working. So I'm assuming that he is staying somewhere in some motel. He's being put up somewhere. There's no way that he's not. If I'm just going to say this. By all means, Sunday, when the time changes over into Monday, come midnight. Come midnight. By all means, this turns into 2 weeks. That will be, by their standards, 14 days. 14 days. You know, I'm going to say he said a lot of things, but he said he left Saturday. And you know what? He may have left Saturday. He may have left Saturday. I'm not saying he didn't leave Saturday. He may have left Saturday. I didn't say he didn't. Oh, crud. Is it change our, is it fall? Wait, fall back. Is it spring forward today? Crud. Oh, no. Gypsy and I think I'm in the same position of a field. Oh, great. Thanks. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Thanks. I appreciate y'all for letting me know. Oh, man. I love y'all for letting me know. Oh. Oh, great. Oh. Really? I did not know this. Because I've been busy with this stuff that I'm trying to get 4 things done at once, and I don't know if I feel like I'm winning. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is okay. Oh yeah. And it's called I Gotta Stop. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm gonna be leaving y'all now. This is crazy pants. Because I gotta keep going. And let's just, you know what? Let's pray for these kids, really and truthfully. I don't ever like to see any. Come on, Kevin. I don't like to ever see anybody in pain or any child in pain ever. Kevin, you got to sit down, buddy. I don't ever like to see a missing child, and there's so many more that if you only, I mean, I know that Tennessee is not the only state. I know we're not the only state. They're all over the boards, all across the world. But it just seems like we have an abundance that we are just overlooking daily. And if we could just bring more awareness and do a little bit better than what we're doing, we might make a difference, because we do have people here that travel, that are truck drivers, that are married to truck drivers, that live in other states, that border. You know, they're all around this place, and these kids need to be found. Regardless of the outcome, it might not be the best outcome, but it's an outcome. I am gonna put that in my on my community tab. I'm gonna put it on there, because at this point, listen, they upgraded it from an endangered to what it is. It is what it is. Where I thought that, you know, I didn't look at it the way I should have looked at it. Not all men are bad. Not all women are good. I looked at it in a way that I shouldn't have. And it's the facts. Not all moms are great. They aren't. When I seen it as endangered, I thought maybe she took that child for these reasons, but I had to dig and look, because they don't give you everything that you need to read and know. They don't give you everything. So if we don't have everything, we have to search on our own. And I did. And when I did that and I seen that face and got the information I was looking for, I went, crap, I dropped the hand on this one. And I did. I own it. I admit it. He's had that legal custody of this little girl since 2018. It is a fact. It's not a lie. This little girl has been in his care. I can prove it, show it. It's there. 2018. At a year old. I know she was born, I believe, in September 2017. And he's had her since 2018. And she does reside, well, she should reside in California with her father. You know, that little face right there should not be on the run no matter what. Fortunately, the best thing, I don't know the mental health, and I'm not going to judge mental health at all, because that's not for me to do, and I won't ever do that. But I'm hoping the headspace is okay of her mom. This is her stepfather and her mother. I don't know if he's with her or not. I don't know, because of the fact of there is now, the mother is, I think, 15 weeks pregnant. There's also a 2.5-year-old child. And she also has, let's see, he has 2 children that reside with them. I know she has a brother as well that would reside, I'm sure, with the mother. Trying to remember every little thing I was catching up and getting all the facts of everything, because I was like, my gosh, that's a lot of kids. And it is a lot of children. So I don't know if he would stay in the home in Murfreesboro with the kids. I don't know. Or if they would take off, because it looks like that home, it looks like to me that home was looked at and searched, and it doesn't look like anybody's there. What does that tell me? That little girl's not there. And remember the other facts. He owns a photography studio. So he can take and do photography anywhere. He also has a website. All you gotta do is put a .com behind it. And that photography studio, let me get that thing again. Pull that up. That's going to be Backwoods Beauty Photography. All you got to do is put .com behind it, and it'll pull it right up. It's that easy. Worked for me. So there's that. And that's probably, let's see. You can see if there's anything else that they posted. No, they got married on June 13th of 2021. Yep. Backwoods, not words, backwoods. I know that they got married in 2021 on June 13th, and I know that she also has a Tennessee driver's license, and they were married in Waynesboro, Tennessee. No, it's backwoods, as in woods, W-O-O-D, woods, in the woods. Yes, Backwoods Beauty. And they've got, let's see, how many kids? Let's see. 2, 3 schools, 3, 4. I think there's 5 kids. I think there's 5 kids in the home. 5 kids, I believe, that are in the home. Backwoods, yes. Backwoods Beauty. You got it. There you go. That's it. Backwoods Beauty. You found it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Backwoods Beauty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that's that. They've got a website. You can look at it. They could be in a lot of places. It's in Tennessee. Tennessee. So there's that part. And I'm going to say they're probably going to find her sooner than they're going to find him, sadly. And as we now know, the dad has touchdown. Yes, you got to add this right here. Like she's got it right here. Backwoods Beauty right there. Yeah, I found everything. Every single thing. I was digging, and I shouldn't have been doing that, but I did. I got myself all in. I got to going in too deep, but I had to kind of. Because sometimes I think that we wait too long to issue these Amber Alerts. Listen, he ain't at the home, and that's my point. That house that they were going to, that's listed on the Amber Alert that they put out, which here's the Amber Alert. I'm going to put that on my wall. But the Amber Alert that they've got for her and the mom, because the mom she's got a warrant out. She does have an active warrant out. She got a warrant. She's interfered. She's got a warrant out for her arrest. I know she's got one in California. I don't know if that's federal or not. I think it's a felony warrant for a child abduction. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look that back up. But I'm pretty sure that it said that it was a felony warrant for child abduction out of California. But I'd have to check that again just to make sure. And here is where they issued the Amber Alert because they were supposed to meet at the subdivision that was shown on the news report, which is the home where they were to do the exchange, and it did not happen. It didn't happen. And that would be in the area of Blue Fox Trail. And they've shown all of that right there. So they have not listed him as being with them, but I'm going to say his child's with them. I'm pretty sure that child is with them. They're going to be there too. I'm going to say, I don't know, but that's an iffy thing for me. And here you go. Let's see, what does this say? From the website, travel available for hire in the south, oh my gosh, east region and beyond. No more. What? Oh, no. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Oh, great. So they would even go international? Oh no. This is scary because that does mean they have passports. Okay, that tells me a lot there. I think we'll know a lot more in the next coming days when it comes down to him, and I'm going to do a little bit more looking into some things. This is ridiculous. I knew that he had that website. I had not gone all through the website. I looked at some pictures and I was like, oh, great. I seen where she had been looking for doctors, and I was like, oh, no doctors, no. And then I was like, why is she looking for doctors there? And then I was like, you know what? On the 15th, I'm going to be there. Maybe I should be looking into it. I don't think that he is a suspect yet, but scary that they might all have passports at this point. Thank you, Apple. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have no choice. I have to do this. Gosh. So it's true, everybody. You may want to get your own child a passport before somebody else gets one in their name. Oh my gosh. That's scary. I didn't even think about this. Oh no. I agree. It's better to be safe than sorry. Thank you, Apple. Oh my goodness. And that's true too. Spring break right here, right now. Well, she was just issued that Tennessee driver's license, by the way. She might need to remember that never to post a picture of your driver's license, by the way, on social media, ever. I'm going to keep looking into that stuff, and if I can find out anything more, I'll bring it back and talk some more about it. But yeah, if you've got kids at home, we need to be letting them know a little bit more about this stuff. But yeah, that little face needs to be pushed out there. That little girl needs to be reunited with her father. who actually, and I'm sure she loves her mama. I'm never going to discount that because I'm positive she does love her mother. But she's lived with her father. And there's got to be a reason for that. Do we know? But he came to pick her up. And she stood in between them. So I'm going to leave y'all with that right there. And hopefully we'll see a good, happy ending to something here soon at some point. I don't know what that's going to be, which part that's going to be. I don't know. But I'm praying to God. I wish there'd be a good outcome for both. For both little kids here. I don't know what it's going to be. But we can always pray. And with that, remember there's kids all across the world that are coming missing. They're missing more and more each day, and nobody's talking about it. So pay attention to your surroundings. And that's not just kids, young women too. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for supporting this channel and keeping it going and keeping me going. I appreciate y'all. And I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a good night. Remember, to pray and light a candle. Light a candle. I know tomorrow they're going to have a candlelight vigil. And I think everybody should just light a candle and just say a prayer. Love y'all. Night. Thank y'all again. Appreciate y'all very much. Love you. I'm doing it right now. Love y'all.